In a thriving African village lived Oba, a hardworking farmer. For years, his barns overflowed with yams and maize. The villagers admired his consistency. One day, a wealthy traveler arrived and whispered, "Why waste years with little harvest? Beyond the forest is vast land, cheap and ready. Whoever farms, there will be richer than kings." Tempted, Oba rushed to see the land. But at its edge, an old hunter warned him, "This soil is barren. A pit lies hidden, and spirits guard it. Many have perished. Do not be deceived." But greed blinded Oba. He laughed. "Foolish old man, you fear shadows. This land will be mine." He sold his crops, abandoned his fertile farm, and cleared the strange land. But when rains came, the soil gave nothing. His barns back home grew empty. One evening, as he pushed deeper into the forest, Oba fell into the very pit he was warned about. He cried out in terror, but only silence answered. Then, from the shadows, a voice whispered. A forest spirit appeared, glowing faintly, its eyes like burning coals. It said, "Mortal, I can free you, but everything has a price." Desperate, Oba booed. "Spirit, release me, and I will serve you." The spirit smiled. It lifted him out with invisible hands that, after the spirit lifted him from the pit, it told him, "I will let you go, but in return, you must give me your first harvest." When the season came, the man worked day and night, but the land yielded nothing but withered crops. In his frustration, the spirit appeared, demanding the offering. But the man had nothing to give. He complained bitterly that the land had given him nothing. The spirit, moved by his cries, considered him and decided to bless the land, but only on one condition. The poor orphan boy who lived nearby and his blind mother must be properly cared for. Reluctantly, the man agreed, smiling faintly as he said, "I will." The following year, the farm flourished. His barn overflowed with maize and yams, and his wealth returned. But instead of caring for the poor as he had promised, he gave them only scraps, often leaving them hungry. He spent lavishly at palm wine joints and on women, while the orphan and his blind mother suffered in silence. Soon, his barn began to grow empty again. When the spirit returned to collect, the man lied. "Is it not that woman and her son? They ate everything. They even stole from me." But the spirit's eyes blazed with anger. "I know your works and what you have done. From this day forward, your land will yield nothing, and you shall be treated as you treated the poor. Just as you mocked and disgraced them in your wealth, so shall shame and poverty cling to you." Terrified, the man fled from the spirit's presence. But in a few weeks, strange sickness overtook him. One by one, he sold his fine clothes, his house, his servants, and his last grain of food. The once proud and boastful farmer became so poor, so wretched, that even those he mocked now turned away from him. For the spirit knew his heart, that he was proud, greedy, and merciless to the poor. And in the end, his own pride became the very pit that swallowed him. His barns emptied, his wealth vanished, and his so-called friends abandoned him. In the end, the man who had once mocked others for their slow, hard work became homeless, begging for food in the same village he once thought he was wiser than. Moral of the story: greed and covetousness blind the heart, and deceit only deepens the curse. The man who seeks shortcuts loses the reward of patience and multiplies his suffering. He thought he could outsmart truth, but no one escapes it. His land, his wealth, and his dignity all vanished because he chose trickery over honesty and greed over patience. Remember this: every promise made, even in desperation, is still a promise, and unpaid debts always return with interest. True wealth is not the fullness of a barn, but the kindness shown to those in need. When we mock the poor, we mock the blessings that sustain us. Hard work without compassion is emptiness, but humility, consistency, and generosity bring lasting honor. In the end, the proud fall, but those who walk with kindness and truth are never forgotten. If you enjoy this story, kindly subscribe for more.